As soon as I saw him today, we talked about the game last night and how he enjoyed it, and then he talks about different games he goes on weekends.
Whitebeard did 6-0.
He does windows and doors here, and he's very enthusiastic about it.
Watch the stainless steel doors.
Alrighty. I have 3 jobs. I work here at the Venice Heights Sports Center Mondays and Fridays, and Wednesdays I'm at Merrick, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm at Arden Hills Shell gas station. I straight from the top and go down like that and make it into an X. Then I just go back and forth and make sure I get all the fingerprints off, because the scratches, they won't come off, but the fingerprints will.
How this facility looks, cleanliness-wise,
Looks clean to me.
is a very important aspect for our business. It keeps people coming back, and it attracts people to the building.
And while the Venice Heights Sports Center is still new to the community of Venice Heights, the Merrick Inc. organization is not. Housed inside their eco-friendly, super energy efficient building on Labor Road is a team of staff and volunteers led by Executive Director John Wayne Barker. It is also home base for many Merrick clients, including John Leipersbeck.
Mr. Leipersbeck, you know these people.
Yeah, I do.
John's a very young and interesting guy, very enthusiastic. He has 3 different jobs at this point because it's very important for him to be working in the same manner as a person without disabilities of his age.
If you want to do fun things, you got to work and you got to earn your money. You know, money don't grow on trees. You gotta earn your money.
Well, our mission, simply put, is to empower adults with disabilities through vocational and social opportunities, and to guide them to realizing their goals and dreams.
I've been at Merrick for 10 years, and there's been some good times and some bad times. But I've learned over the years that these people want to help you find a job. If you want a decent job, you need to work hard and follow the leaders. People at Merrick, they're leaders. They show you, they help you, and they show you how to get the job that you want, and you gotta work really hard with them.
You ready to work today?
Yes, I am.
Sometimes people get the misconception that if you have a disability, you know, there's not a lot you can do for our business. They're not interested in, you know, being open-minded, but we're not gonna put somebody in a position that they're not capable of doing. Our guys are people too. They're on time every day. They're thrilled to be out in the community, and they're gonna be one of your best employees you ever have.
Karen, have you gone on any vacations recently?
Yes, I have.
Where did you go?
Florida.
Did you go with family or friends?
I went with friends.
Friends? So,
And I have a new job.
You're doing the internship, right?
Yes, I am.
At the
Next
state legislature.
Thursday.
Do you know which senator you're working with?
No, I don't. I'm going to meet him next Thursday. I know why you're here, John.
Why is that?
Because you love us and you care about us and you do your job.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
do your job, that's right.
And not only that, but we're here to do our jobs too.
Yep.
We've got important work to do, don't we?
Yes.
Important work to do.
Our services, which is called Day Training and Habilitation, started off in 1964 being called Day Activity Centers. And at that time, most people didn't think that adults with disabilities were capable or interested in working. And now we understand that work is as important to an adult with disability as to all of us, because it's part of our self-esteem, it's certainly part of our social network, and it generates income that we use to buy those things that are important in our quality of life. And so that's our primary focus on a day-to-day basis, is finding those work opportunities, whether it's a client being hired directly by a business as their employee, or a crew of clients that with one of our staff goes onto the business location to complete work, or a business outsource works to us so that clients complete here on site. We really want to work with you and find those tasks that you need to have done that fall within the preferences and capabilities of clients at Merrick, because we can find those matches and provide to you an employee that will not only help your bottom line, but will improve your corporate culture and your involvement in your community beyond measure.
As a nonprofit, Merrick receives federal and state funding to help maintain the services offered to clients. Additional funding through grants and annual fundraisers help to offset the cost of services provided by Merrick, but looming state budget cuts could mean doing more with even less in the future.
Well, I think one of the misunderstandings of Merrick and of nonprofits in general is that they are kind of a black hole, that money going in really doesn't generate any benefit other than providing services to people in our community. And nonprofits have really evolved in the last decade to where we run with as much business acumen as you would find in the for-profit sector. Perhaps the only difference is we lead with the heart and think with our head. And so we're looking for both the economic and the societal return on the investment of those dollars.
Looking closer at the actual economic return of Merrick's operation resulted in a unique case study created by the parent of one of Merrick's clients.
Realizing that he was an economics professor at the University of Minnesota, I asked if he would be interested in completing a case study because I was not able to find any research or facts about what the value was for the dollars invested in human service programs like Merrick.
Well, we found, and this was carefully checked by the accountants here and by at least 3 or 4 outside reviewers, including my colleague Tom Stinson, the state economist, that the overall benefits in various categories, which I'd be happy to detail, exceeded the costs in terms of state spending by Minnesota's taxpayers by a ratio of 3 to 1. And so this is a case in which it's manifestly clear that this spending on disabled citizens is a good investment from the point of view of the private sector, the taxpayer, and of course the people who are serviced or benefited by working here at Merrick.
My hope was that we'd come out maybe a 1-for-1 return on investment, and when it came in as a nearly 3 to 1 economic benefit to our local community, quite frankly, I was skeptical when I read it at first and had to sit down with Ford and have a number of conversations and go through the facts and the numbers, and ultimately came out on the other side understanding why I'm not an econ professor, and that truly we are a great investment of state taxpayer dollars.
In economist terms, the market works. What that means is that employers aren't going to have people working for them if they aren't producing the amount of benefit for the employer equal to their wages. And this is a market test, and as the job situation gets tighter, and it's going to get tighter, you're going to see more people that are developmentally disabled in the workforce, simply because we're going to need them and we're going to need their labor.
What do you do tonight?
I gotta go roller skating.
Roller skating?
Yeah, roller skating.
I think the most important thing for people to appreciate is that when they see some of the disabled people who are employed outside of the facility, in places like Kowalski's, for example, a grocery or elsewhere, to appreciate that this is not just make work. This isn't just altruism at work, although there's an element of that certainly, but that these people are being productive citizens. And that really is the objective, and I think it's fulfilled here.
We do have disabilities, but we're capable of pretty much doing anything we want to, just like you guys,
They really are 350 great stories here that we're privileged to be around on a daily basis.
We work really hard. We got our goals, and we want to make our dreams come true.
For more information about Merrick Inc. and to read the case study in detail, visit merrickinc.org and find the report in the news section under the title Pennywise, Dollar Foolish. Everyone we met at Merrick was absolutely wonderful, and I do encourage you to accept their invitation to come out for a tour and see for yourself what great things Merrick is doing in our communities. And that's all the time we have for this month. Please join me again in April for more great local stories. And until then, I'm Judy Skyvoss, and as always, I do thank you for watching Local Image.